If you really want to improve your English skills, it's important that you start thinking in English. Here are 8 ways to stop translating in your head and start thinking totally in English. Number 1, identify objects in the room that you're in English. Don't think of the objects like a desk in your native language, in your first language. Think of it in English. Desk. Think of other objects around you. Water bottle, computer, plant, pencil, pen. You can build your vocabulary and train your mind to think in English by identifying things in your environment in English. Number 2, practice phrases that you hear native speakers say. Maybe you're studying online and you hear something quite often. You can practice English by saying the words that the native speaker says. Be sure to say the words out loud and not just think them in your head, because you need to give your mouth practice saying the words in English. Number 3, watch movies and music videos in English. You can turn on the closed caption, the subtitles at the bottom, and make sure that the subtitles are in English. But this will help you think in English. Number 4, don't use a bilingual dictionary to translate. If you're in a conversation with someone and you're not sure of the word, describe the word. Describe the situation. For example, you might say, what's the word for sitting around doing nothing? Oh, lazy. Of course, I know none of the students watching this video are lazy, but you can describe what the situation is, and the other person will help you with the word. Number 5, think of 3 ways to answer common questions or statements that you hear. For example, how are you? You need to make sure that the common questions don't stump you. The answer isn't yes, and then think in your native language, how do I answer this? Practice 3 different ways that will be your default, the way that you will answer the question that you hear. You can give more detail later as you have time to think. But if someone says, how are you? For example, you can say, I'm fine. I'm doing well, thanks. I'm great. So that you have some answers in your mind for these common questions. You can write down the common questions and write down the answers in a notebook and practice them. Number 6, study with books and worksheets that don't translate everything. To have a translation sheet can be helpful sometimes if you're not understanding a concept or something like that. But try to use worksheets and books that describe it in simple English so that you can practice thinking in English and not translating everything that you hear. Number 7, study vocabulary in phrases and not just as single words. A lot of times students will ask me, what does this word mean? And they'll give me the word. I always respond with, how is it being used? What is the sentence? Because in English, words can have many different meanings. So practice saying the words in a phrase. For example, the first word that comes to mind is crazy. Somebody says, what does crazy mean? Well, it depends on how it's being used. If it's, wow, that's crazy, in response to something that someone has said, then it can mean, wow, that's ridiculous, or that's really odd, or it can mean something different than if they say, oh, that person's crazy. That means maybe they aren't thinking the way that they should think. Crazy can mean lots of different things. So practice vocabulary in phrases, not as single words. Number 8. In the morning and at night, I suggest doing this. Think in English. Think in English in the morning about what you're going to be doing that day. What you are doing. It can be, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm washing my hands. I'm cooking breakfast. So that your mind gets used to thinking in English. This can be very helpful. At night, too, before you sleep, think of what you did during the day. I went to school today. I played football with my friends. I studied English for an hour. So you can get your mind thinking in English. And at some point, you might start dreaming in English also. All right, so those are 8 suggestions for ways to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English. If you have any questions, you're welcome to leave those questions in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them the best that I can. If you have ways that you use to stop thinking, to stop translating everything and start thinking in English, put those suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like it if it's been helpful to you, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.